I turned my living room into a home theater or entertainment room. Okay, let's say it's a home theater entertainment room. So this would be a Dolby Atmos 7.2.2. So the 7 speakers, the bed layer is the front, left, center, and right, the 2 rears, and the 2 sides. And the subwoofers. So it could be a 0.4. So these rears, the reason why I have these rears is because they have the L9 Dolby Atmos module, which I could purchase and put in the L800s. The L600s have them. I could transfer them, but I didn't get a whole lot of W effects, or Atmos effects, the ceiling height, so I didn't want to purchase the other 2. If I needed them, I could purchase 2 more, but here's the sad thing. The Polk Audio Legend speakers have been discontinued. So now these speakers are rare. Once people, I guess through time, discover how amazing these are, the price may actually go up. But Andrew Robinson had reviewed these L800s and the L100s, and I have the L200s in the bedroom. But he said when he did his review that these little L100s are comparable to the L800s. Now, part of that review is correct, because in my journey, what I've discovered, and if you do a Google search, you can do a Google search, AI will tell you if a speaker manufacturer makes multiple speakers, but if they use the same high and mid, the same high frequency tweeter and the same mid tweeter as they do here, the sound signature will be the same. And that is so true. I would agree with him on that part. You'd be amazed at the sound that comes out of those little, believe it or not, L100s. And the L200s are just as good. And then the L600s are nice. But the only difference is when a speaker manufacturer makes a bookshelf and a tower, that mid frequency and the high frequency signature is going to be the same. The only difference is the low frequencies. So in Andrew Robinson's review, he said that you could get a subwoofer that could outperform these and tie it to that one and get a bigger sound. And that is so true too. But you may not necessarily need a subwoofer with those L100s and L200s, and not even the L600s. The mid frequencies and the high frequencies are phenomenal, and they produce a lot of low end. So it's just good enough. Now, I would have rather put towers, these L600s, all the way around, but it might be overkill because those L100s put out a lot of bass. So the only reason why I'm using these L600s in the rears is because they have the Dolby Atmos. Now that they discontinued these, I have to hurry up and decide whether I want to try and locate another pair of L900 Dolby Atmos modules and put them in here, so I can probably one day have a 7.4.2, unless we get receivers that allow us to do more subs, independent subs. But these subs, these rail subs, are more than enough. And why do I have this subwoofer right here? It's because when I first originally set this up, you could tell that the center channel was weak compared to the two left and right channels. So that little center channel is tied to that subwoofer. That one little subwoofer, rail subwoofer, is equivalent to these two 10 driver subs. So now it's even across the back, and these rear subs are my LFEs. So I would have liked to put a 9.2.4 in here, but that means I would have had to put, either I would have to bring out my L200s and put them in the place of where this L100 is in here, but that might be a little overcrowded for this living room. So I may have to go with this unless I get another room, a dedicated home theater room. But yeah, that's what I may have to do if I want the 9 channels. But I might go with these and then see what happens. So this is a Samsung Odyssey G8. This curved screen, it's nice, but it's not going to stay there. I'm probably going to replace it with OLED because that screen right there is going to be connected to a racing sim. But the racing sim is not going to be for an actual racing sim. It's going to be a prototype for the tandem monocoque car. Remember, I did a video on that tandem monocoque car with the Ford GT. So I'm going to take that screen. I'm going to build a platform. The platform will have the seats for the tandem car, and I'm going to build a prototype for the tandem car and see where it takes me. So remember when we talked about the tandem car, you can watch it in the previous video. And the reason why America needs a tandem car, because of the weight of the conventional cars, the conventional electric cars, and the inefficiency of the gas car, the inefficiency of the electric car based on just the weight and the damage to the roads. And the majority of the people that travel and commute every day, 80% of the commuters are single drivers. So that makes the conventional gas car for the last 100 years and the electric car completely inefficient based on that analytical data. And a tandem car actually is way more efficient if we can design one that the world would really like aesthetically, because you have to design it where people are going to like it. And that inspiration came from being down on OSU, watching people on campus get on scooters and then pick up a passenger behind them. And I was like, I think we could do a little bit better, but I always knew about this data, or had this analytical data about the gas cars and electric cars and the inefficiency, but it inspired me to move forward. So I'm going to replace this screen. I'm going to put this in a garage and start building a platform for the tandem car. And then I'll put an OLED up here. But this is it. So hopefully my home theater will work out just fine. I staged these side channel speakers. I just want to get a feel for if they would make my living room look overcrowded. But Actually, they don't. I think it might work. So I'll just have to try it out and see what happens. Thank you and have a great day.